Welcome to PausePoint, the podcast, your ultimate destination for reclaiming your time, revitalizing your spirit, and saying no to burnout. I'm Philly-based CEO and founder of PausePoint, and I'm here to ignite your journey towards a more balanced and mindful life. Join us each week as we delve into practical tips, inspiring stories, and expert advice designed to integrate mindfulness into your daily life. We'll explore mental health tips, discover ways to strengthen work-life balance, and find methods to reduce your stress. Whether you're new to mindfulness or seeking to deepen your practice, we're here to spark action. It's time to reclaim our time, take more breaks, and infuse our lives with moments of peace and rejuvenation. We'll share practical tips, inspiring stories, and expert advice to help you thrive in today's fast-paced world. Let's create a mindful world, one pause at a time.
Welcome back to PausePoint, the podcast. I'm so excited to kick off season 2 with Corey Williams. Corey is my favorite SoulCycle instructor here in Philadelphia. Love his classes. It always leaves me feeling so motivated and so grateful to be in the presence of his energy. Corey, welcome.
Hello. It's so good to be here.
What can you tell us about yourself for a quick background?
So, born and raised in Philadelphia here. Went to school at Holy Family University. It's in the Northeast Philly. Went for accounting, and I actually moved to Arizona for a few years where I started finding cycling, which led me to becoming a SoulCycle instructor here in Philly. I moved back here in 2022. I wanted to be back close with my family. Everybody's over here. Miss them dearly, along with my best friends out here. So when I moved back out here, I kind of found myself again.
Yeah.
I went through a little bit of darkness in Arizona, if I'm being honest. And so I reconnected with myself back here in Philly with my family. And then I took a big leap into SoulCycle auditions, leading me here now, becoming an instructor, becoming your favorite instructor. So that's a little bit in a nutshell about myself.
Question. You just said SoulCycle auditions. You have to audition?
Yes.
Can you walk us through that process? Because I didn't even know that was a thing.
Audition. So you got to send in an application first and you get picked out of that. Last year, I believe there were over 600 applicants, yes, from all over the country, and they go through each application. You also have the ability to send in videos if you wanted to. So I took all the videos I could find from my teaching experience in Arizona, all the crazy videos. If you've been in my class, which you have, you know how crazy I am sometimes in class. Love to dance, love to entertain. So I sent SoulCycle those videos. I wanted them to see what I'm about, and got picked for the audition. I showed up in New York. Auditions were in New York. Yes.
Oh,
They
this
were
is a
on,
thing.
yes, they were on a Thursday. So I had to call out of work and go audition for SoulCycle. It was about 3 hours total of riding, a lot of riding.
That's
Going
insane.
through, yes, there were about 80 of us, I believe, 80 of us that day. And they narrowed it down to 40. We all went through one by one auditioning. We each had 2 songs to go through. We didn't do the whole entire song, but we showed them what we were about. And then from that, they chose a handful of us to interview. So then we had an interview process. And from there, we would get chosen to go into the training program, which was about 6 weeks. And it was Monday through Friday, 2 days a week. We had to go to New York, and 3 days were virtual lectures. Then in May, we had our what's called community rides. Basically, it was like the final exam. And we had our coaches there to examine us, teach a full class 3 times. We had to do 3 classes. And from there, we got evaluated, either yes or no. I got the yes, got passed through, onboarded, started teaching in June last year.
Okay, that's crazy because I didn't realize it was that intense. So you had to go through this audition from, I guess, the SoulCycle headquarters. And then did you choose the Philly location?
I did. We had the ability to choose where we wanted to be.
Okay.
I'm from Philly. I just recently moved back to Philly, so kind of wanted to stay home. We had the option to choose relocate,
Mm-hmm.
but home is where my heart is,
Yeah.
and I wanted to be here.
And you talked about before we hit record, you talked about your relationship with your dad. Like, I'm
Yes.
certain he's probably so happy to have you back in town.
Yes, everybody is, especially my grandmother. Grandmother is like my best friend.
Oh,
So me and her have a great relationship. Actually, when I moved back, I lived with her for a year. So we actually got even closer and became the best of friends. I now live about 8 minutes away from her. So I'm always in and out of her house. If she needs help with anything, I'm there. I'll drop anything for that woman. She is my heart and soul.
I love that so much. So, how would you say that you incorporate mindfulness in your day to day?
For me, I always try to be aware of being present. It's
Mhm.
not the easiest thing, especially being that I also have a full time job.
Yeah.
I have to navigate between my full time job and then teaching as well. And it's almost like I have two full time jobs.
Yeah.
So it can be hard at times to be present. But at the end of the day, after teaching, after working, I sit myself down and I kind of look back at the day, seeing what I did, and then knowing that I got through it. Whether it
Mhm.
was a hard day, it was a good day, you got through it and it's over. You can't do anything about it. So now it's just about being present and being in the moment. I just take a second for myself, maybe a few minutes, and just breathe,
Yeah.
relax, and kind of just soak in where I'm at right there.
Yeah. In class, you are fully present and like I could see like your energy's there, like you're so motivating, you're also very entertaining. It's like I don't know if you ever see me just like laughing in the
Ah,
back. I do that all the time. It's just like I just know that I'm going to get a
I
smile and like
love
a
it.
laugh. How do you like on your like rough days continuously bring that like light and positivity into like the classes that you teach?
So in the beginning of every class, I always talk about intention. I talk
Yes.
about setting the intention for your class. You chose to be there. A lot of it is for the class, but part of it is also for myself.
Mhm.
It's reminding myself to be present for you all, and that whatever's going on outside of the doors, and I say this in class sometimes, whatever's going on outside of the doors is going on outside of the
Mhm.
doors, and you're in the room locked in and you're doing something for yourself. And yes, the writers are doing something for themselves, but also I'm doing something as well. I'm being there for the writers, but also for myself almost, if I really think about it, because I have to be locked in for y'all. And if I'm not, then I can't deliver for
Mhm.
you all. So I always talk about setting the intention in the beginning of class and just really reminding yourself why you're there. And it reminds me of the ultimate reason why I'm an instructor.
Yeah.
So there are days where I may not want to get up. I may not want to teach, but then I'm reminded why I started all of this.
Yeah.
And that kind of brings me right back to the present.
No, that totally makes sense. You mentioned earlier that you center yourselves by just taking like a deep breath. What are some other of you, what are your favorite like wellness like practices?
Love working out.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, but outside of teaching cycling, I love going to the gym.
Mhm.
And the gym's kind of like a safe space for me. I
Yeah.
could just work out, I plug my headphones in, I don't really pay attention to folks around me. I'm just like locked in. And it's almost grounding, all right? Because I'm not having to coach. I'm not having to be on a computer. I'm lifting, I'm kind of releasing maybe some stress.
Yeah.
I'm just releasing. And so going to the gym for me is big. I really love the gym. I got into it a few years ago. It just makes me feel really good about myself. I'm getting myself stronger.
Yeah.
So I would say the gym is a great wellness exercise for me,
Mhm.
mentally and physically.
Yeah. What got you into like fitness?
What got me into fitness was big part of it was karate.
Yeah.
I started karate at the age of 5. I started at the age of 3, but I was a little bit of a bad child. So they told me, bring him back when he's 5.
Oh,
Understandable, because
okay.
all I would do was run around in a circle and they would have to chase me. So I came back at the age of 5, and I would definitely say if it wasn't for karate, I wouldn't be where I am right now. Karate has helped me so much with discipline, with
Mhm.
confidence, with self control, awareness, all of that. And it helped get me through a lot of hard times in elementary school, in high school, even in my adulthood. So karate is the biggest reason for fitness. For cycling part, I would say being in Arizona, I discovered cycling. I never knew what it was. I said, what is this? And my partner at the time, he was an instructor. and I would go to his classes as support. And I'd be like, what are we doing? But after a while, I kind of got an understanding. And unfortunately, we had a rough breakup.
Mm,
It left me in one of the darkest places I've ever been in my entire life. And then I kind of went away from cycling because I didn't feel comfortable knowing that he was an
yeah.
instructor. And so one of my best friends right now, she reached out to me. She said, Corey, come to class with me. And I said, I don't know. I'm nervous.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I can't be scared. I can't be scared. So I went, and the instructor was now my best friend Kristen. And she said something in class, and I just started crying, sobbed in that saddle. And from there on, it showed me a different viewpoint of what cycling was about.
Yeah.
And so that really sparked my fitness journey of like teaching cycling and all that. In COVID, we were locked down.
Yeah.
And so everyone was telling me, Corey, you should go on live stream on Instagram and teach.
Honestly, yes. I could see that.
So I did that. I taught most of the time to a crowd of two people, one of them being my mother. Yes, she be in the comments.
Sorry.
I
That's
said,
amazing.
okay, I love this. And so auditions happened for the studio out there,
Yeah.
and everyone was like, Corey, go for it. I said, okay. So I did it and got through. I showed them what I was about, my authentic self. I danced, I got off the bike, I twerked.
She's still doing class though.
That's my trademark. That is my trademark. I love to dance. It's not for attention. It's just in the moment, being present. Yeah.
Listen, when you break out in dancing in class, I'm just like, I just laugh and smile because I could see the joy and the energy that you get just by being yourself. So it really, really is just like, you're so entertaining. I think you found like your passion. Like, I could honestly see you as like some media personality, like teaching like fitness on like, I don't know if like QVC does fitness.
Mhm.
I can see you on that.
There is I guess I'll call him a fitness guru. His name is Sean T.
Okay.
He actually lives in Arizona, which
Okay.
I found out a couple years ago. But it's called Insanity, I believe.
That
And
sounds familiar.
yeah, so it's almost like Taibo, but a little more intense. He's this big, muscular guy,
Yes.
tattoos. I'm sure if you look him up, you'll recognize him. But he does the same thing. I get a lot of my inspiration from him as well. He's just there to like entertain, inspire, motivate,
Hmm.
all of that. So that's what I want. And how you mentioned that it's joyful, like you see the joy in me and that you feel like you laugh and all that. That's what I want. That's
Perfect.
exactly what I want.
Hey, you're accomplishing your mission, and I like that you mentioned like that motivation and inspiring because you are so motivational and inspiring. But on your darkest days, how do you navigate with self compassion?
I always tell myself, even in the darkest of times, there's light there. You may not see it, but there is light. And I actually just referenced this to one of my good friends last week. No matter how dark it is, there's light somewhere. You might
Hmm.
have to travel towards it. It might take you a while to get to it, but there is light. So I always remind myself, no matter what I'm going through, it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
It's also supposed to happen. It's
Hmm.
supposed to happen for a reason. We might not know what that reason is, but we will discover it.
Hmm.
There is light. There's always going to be light at the end of the tunnel. You just have to keep going.
Yeah.
And I tell myself that whenever I'm going through things, whether it's small, whether it's large, I know that there's light.
You seem so grounded and so also just very, very wise. How did you get this way? Because like not everyone has like this mentality or this perspective like on life, on like the travels. I'm aligned with you where it's like everything that's ever happened, it's just a lesson learned. And
Hmm.
as long as I can learn something from it, I'm not going to regret it, be mad, and I could just keep moving forward. But a
Yes.
lot of people, they do get stuck in the past and they do beat themselves up and there's a lot of like negativity and like bad talk. What was a turning point for you where you're like, I'm going to keep pushing forward and I will find the light and the positivity?
I'm going to utilize my experience with my previous partner in
Mhm.
Arizona. That was very hard time for me.
Mhm.
And at the end of the relationship, I didn't know if I could keep going. I
Mhm.
didn't know if it was worth it. And then when I took that class, it reminded me how strong I am, powerful I am, and that no matter what I go through, I'm going to grow.
Yeah.
And one of my other best friends out there, she's my sister. Her name is Lexi. Her quote is, she actually has it tattooed on herself: "You grow through what you go through." And
Mm.
so I'm a firm believer in that. If you go on my SoulCycle profile, it says that quote right there. You grow through what you go through.
Yeah.
You have to go through things in order to grow, no matter what it is, no matter how tough it is and how low you feel you're at. The only way to go is up.
Yeah.
And another quote I heard was, I actually read about it: "If you fall, it's okay to fall. Just land on your back, because then you can see your way up."
Mm.
And so I stick by that. There was times that during that time I just didn't know what to do. And I found that community out there, and they really helped uplift me and remind me that it's okay to go through that crap.
Yeah.
You just gotta push through it. Nothing in front of you can be too big.
No, absolutely
And
not.
so I stand by that. And I tell people that all the time. I want them to understand that you have the tools, you have the strength, the power, the courage. Sometimes you just have to dig within it, in with yourself. There's no finding, because it's not
Mhm.
lost. It's there. You just have to dig within.
Ooh, I like that. It's not lost, it's there. You just have
Yes.
to dig within. And that other quote was, I really liked, was, yeah, if you to grow through it, you have to go through it.
Yes.
And it's all very, very true. What is one limiting belief you had to go through to grow through?
So as an instructor, and I'm pretty sure I can speak for all instructors, that we kind of compare ourselves.
Yeah.
We want to be like the best. And I still catch myself. I want to be like this person who's
Mhm.
doing so well. And so that, I would say, that's limited belief for me, is trying to be like somebody else
Mm.
sometimes, trying to be as good
Yeah.
as that person. And growing up in karate, it was the same thing. Whenever I did karate tournaments, I want to be like that person, because they're doing so well. They're winning, they're so popular. But at the end of the day, you're not them. You're not going to be like them. I'm not going to be like this instructor. I'm not going to be like that instructor. I'm Corey.
Yeah.
I was put on this earth for a reason, to be unique. I'm not like you. I'm not like my dad, or whoever. I'm me. And I
Mhm.
need to tap into me, because we don't need another this person. We need Corey.
We need Corey. We
Yes. And
sure need
so
Corey.
I would say my limited belief would be comparison,
Yeah.
trying to compare to others. I need to take a step back and say, look in the mirror, maybe, you're Corey, and run with that.
And I think too, it's like in this age with like social media, it's so easy to compare ourselves,
Yes,
compare our lives. And we often forget like once another person's social media is purely their highlight reel. And it's
exactly.
also, you can't really believe everything that you see online, but how do you, when you feel as though you're starting to compare yourself, how do you like navigate your use around social media?
I'll put my phone down,
Oh,
or or do not disturb, because social media is such a huge thing now, and it drives so much, especially in the fitness industry. It
mm-hmm.
drives so much. You have to post,
Yeah.
you have to that's how you advertise your classes. And so, of course, when you're doing all that, you're seeing others. And for me, if I get overwhelmed or overstimulated, I take a step back. I'm like, relax. That's theirs. That's their social media. Love them.
Yeah.
Love them. It can get overwhelming at times, because for me, I'm a newer instructor. I'm trying to build my community. I'm trying to build my classes. So I'm seeing other instructors maybe post what the room looks like, and I see that they have a full class. It can get a little discouraging,
Yeah.
but I have to take that step back and know I'm newer, and it's going to take time to build. I don't know what that person went through to get that full class.
Yeah.
I don't. They might have had their own very hard journey.
Yeah.
So I need to just, again, go back to the comparing,
Mm-hmm.
not compare. I need to step back. I'm Corey. I am on my own journey. I believe I just said this on Monday. We're all on our own journey. We need to follow that journey and not try to be a part of someone else's journey, or try to step out of our journey and putting ourselves into another person's journey,
Yeah.
because it's theirs.
Yeah. That's their life.
That's theirs. Focus on where you're going.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, with social media, it can get overwhelming.
Yeah.
And so sometimes I'm just phone down, and just maybe turn the TV on, maybe play some video games, read a book, disconnecting from the social media and resetting my mind. And then when I come back to it, I'm kind of refreshed.
Yeah, that's good. And this came to my mind too. I think for like the classes, it's like, I think it also has so many external factors, like how's the weather that day? How many people did not show up to class? What time did they go? Because I know that your Friday class is always like pretty full. And like people also work at a certain time. So
Mhm.
there's so many other factors that you cannot control. And like
Yes.
you're doing a great job building your own community. You're doing a great
I
job just
appreciate
like
that.
being yourself, being Corey. And like there is no other one to compare you to because you're just yourself. And I also don't look at I think you're my favorite, which I recognize. I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have said that because that may have been like that correlated with you saying that you want to be the best. Like to me, I'm like, you are the best. Like you're my favorite class to go to. The music's always going to be hitting. The choreography, I'm like, yes, this is great. And the timing, it works for me too.
Yes.
But I know that for others, it's like they care about like, okay, well, what class is available, when I'm available. If this class is fully booked, okay, what's the next time? So there's so
Mhm.
much going into it where it's like you are building your own community and you're doing a great job. I also think that like other people, like the actual students coming to your class, they may not really just like only think about the instructor too.
Mhm.
So there's so much going on.
Yes, absolutely. I definitely take all that into consideration.
Yeah.
When I first started teaching in Arizona, I went into it not expecting full classes like that.
Yeah.
And same thing going to Soul Cycle. I am grateful for even one person because I know that that one person chose me,
Yeah.
whether it was the time, whether it was for me, they chose to be there in the room with me. I am grateful for that. I'm grateful for whoever steps inside that room. Numbers to me, I don't care if I have a
Good.
full class. I don't care if I have a half class. I don't care if I have one person. I'm still going to show up. That's what it's about. It's about showing up. If I don't show up for myself and for the room, how am I supposed to inspire others to do the
Hmm.
same? So that's what I think about as well.
No, that's very true. And to inspire, if you leave here with one thing, I need you to have in the back of my mind, my name is Corey Williams and I inspire others.
Yes.
But it also seems like I know that you've had your struggles
Hmm.
and you've handled everything with such grace throughout your life where it seems like all of your successes have come like naturally, even with like the Soul Cycle audition. You're just like, keep going, keep going. And I know you like to say in the present, but what are like your goals for the rest of the year? What do you hope to accomplish mindfully with intention as well?
I definitely want to grow mindfully. I used to read a lot, and with my schedule, I've kind of lost a little bit of that. And so
Yes.
I want to get back into reading mindful awareness books. I want to
Hmm.
get into listening to more podcasts and just growing mindfully, growing mentally and emotionally, because that's going to help me deliver even more.
Yeah.
I want to be that person. I think I said this when I first auditioned in Arizona. My goal is going to sound bad
Uh-oh.
was to make people cry,
Oh,
but in a way that they're understanding that they're powerful, they're
yeah.
strong, they can do hard things. That's how I want it to make people cry. That was about 5 years ago. I don't want to say make people cry. I want to make people dig within. I want people to feel that they're enough. I want
Hmm.
them to feel that they're more than enough, that they're strong. I want them to feel how I felt during that class with Kristen when I just sobbed
Oh,
because it brought so much good, so much of the bad, but
yeah.
then the bad kind of released itself.
You have to release.
It's the past. You
Yeah.
can't do anything about the past. You can't do anything about the future because you don't know what's going to happen.
Yep.
You have right now. You don't know
Hmm.
what's going to happen in the next few seconds. And so I want people to live in that. I want folks to understand that you have the tools. You're here. Like it could be so much worse. You're in the room. If it was so bad, you wouldn't be in that room.
But not in the room.
You wouldn't be. You would be maybe caught up in a hole or in a corner somewhere, but you're there. So it's not bad.
Yeah.
So you're getting through it. And that's what I told myself. That's what I want to tell others. I want to grow mentally, spiritually, mindfully, and I want to be able to pass that on to everybody, not just in the room, but even outside the room. If I meet someone on the street and I see that they're struggling, I want to give them that, what I'm learning.
I love that. I also think more people need to adopt that mentality because similarly, if I can make one person laugh or smile every single day for the rest of my life, I know that I'm living
Yes.
well and that I'm so happy. Because
Yes.
I love bringing joy to others. I love making people laugh. I love being a goof and being silly. And for you, I completely understood when you said that you want to make people cry. You want to move them. You
Yes.
want to
Exactly.
actually, you want to give them some goosebumps and you want them to be able to release
Hmm.
whatever they're holding on. And to me, that also recognizes that you want them to feel safe.
Exactly.
You could also be a motivational speaker. Do you want to start a podcast? You should start a podcast.
So I forget who someone told me that before. I said that might be the most chaotic podcast ever because you don't ever know what's going to come out of my
Which
mouth.
is okay. I think that
Yes.
that's what makes you so unique. And that's also what makes like your stories and like the way that you want to connect with people. Hell yeah, that's what people connect to.
Yes.
Because everyone is chaotic, especially like in today's world. Like no one knows what's going on. But if we could have one extra voice out there, just like trying to spread like positivity and just like goodness, we could use that
Yes.
100%.
Maybe I'll take that. Maybe I'll take that up.
I'm excited. Let me know if
Yes.
you need any like
Oh,
advice.
absolutely. Absolutely. You're kidding me? Yes.
We talked about discipline. I actually want to go back to that because I think discipline is when you get disciplined as a child and even like going to the gym and like maintaining your routines, that takes discipline.
Yes.
I lack some discipline. So for me, I work out. All I do all day is like sit behind my laptop and like I just code and like press buttons or I'm editing videos or I'm prepping for an interview.
Yeah.
Actually, I have discipline, just not when it comes to working out. For people like me who come to class maybe once a week and would like to do more when it comes to just like physical health,
Mhm.
what would you tell them? How would you guide them on a path to discipline?
I would say it's all kind of setting up a plan. When I really got heavy into the gym, I want to say when I came back to Philly, even when I was in Arizona, I set a plan. I sat down with myself and I told myself, I have this goal that I want to do. I want to work out more. I wanted to put on more weight. And so I had to not only go to the gym, but I had to have a meal plan. It's a lot. And when you really think about it, okay, but if you sit down, if you take some time, 5, 10 minutes even, just to even start it,
Yeah.
that's a big step. And you go into it, you wouldn't start it if you didn't think you could do it.
Yeah. That's a
So
good point.
you start it, you write down maybe just even a sentence, what
Yeah.
you're gonna do. I started with an Excel spreadsheet because I use Excel every day of my life. And so for me, it was Excel sheet. I started with day one. Day one, I'm gonna do this workout. And so it's just really planning what you want to do. Are you always going to stick to the plan? No,
Yeah.
that's life. But as long as you are initiating something, that's like the biggest step. The
Okay.
biggest step is just initiation. So I would definitely say write a plan out.
Okay.
Write a plan out. Take 5 minutes, even if it's the sentence, I'm going to work out. That could be the first step to
Actually going to the gym and not getting a late $28 class pass fee for missing my SoulCycle class.
Um, listen, it's hard though, especially as you mentioned, you're on the computer all day. I can definitely relate to that.
Yeah.
On the computer all day, and just you get into this flow, and then before you know it, it's dark.
I know. Oh my
So
gosh.
it's really just kind of stepping back and being present, and then just sticking to that routine. Over the last year, I kind of fell out of that. And I think it was at the end of last year, I was so wrapped up in work. I was so wrapped up in teaching that I wasn't having time to go to the gym. And so my manager actually told me, work is going to be there tomorrow. It is. Don't spend all your time doing it. And so that really hit me.
That's a good manager.
Yeah, I love her. Her name is Tara. Hi, Tara. Love her. And she reminded me of that. So I started to reincorporate going to the gym because I wasn't going consistently because I was just so locked in and I wanted to get the work done. And then when she put that into my view of it's going to be there tomorrow, it is.
Yeah.
Like it's work is going to be there tomorrow. The opportunity to go to the gym you may not be because you don't know what's going to happen in the next second.
Yeah.
Right? If I die at the end of the day, at least I went to the gym before.
There you go.
But yeah, just taking a step back and knowing that no matter how much you have on your plate with work, it's going to be there tomorrow.
Yeah.
Maybe it might be a little bit stressful catching back up, but you're going to catch up.
Yeah.
You're going to catch up. You need to live for you as well.
It's really, really true. And also, like, when I said that's a really good manager, corporate America is an awful place. I feel like sometimes we're just like hamsters. If we don't have like the appropriate like support or like the
Yes.
team, they just will churn out as much work from you as possible. They will make you live, die, breathe, sweat everything in the office. Like they don't want you to have that life
Hmm.
outside. And I think it's actually a change in generations for us thinking, no, I want to have a good and accomplished life outside of work. Work is not my life. And I think also in America, the culture is hustle.
Yes.
And hustle culture is it's purely like capitalistic. It's all about like how do we make more money? How do we keep going? Go, 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 go. And if you
Hmm.
are not on the go, you're considered like lazy. But
Listen.
sometimes like when you take a step back and you make time for yourself, you can actually accomplish more because
Yes.
you're grounded, you're in tune with your own needs, your own body. And like I've battled burnout. I've worked like 100-hour weeks for like years and it's so not healthy. It's not a good mindset. But I'm so proud of your manager for like just telling you like work will be there. Like it's okay. Like you are important.
Yes, I actually was just listening to one of your previous podcasts. It was about burnout.
Yeah.
And she was talking about how being on the go, 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 go,
Hmm.
go, and you're multitasking, trying to do different things. And even though you're doing many different things, you're not accomplishing so much. And that kind of hit.
Yeah.
When I heard that, I said, dang, because I'm very go, go, go. If you ask
Hmm.
anybody, they will tell you, Corey, I don't know how you do this because I'm doing this, and that. And so when I heard that on your podcast, I said, "Ooh, child, I need to take a step back because I do multitask a lot. Like I'll be working, but I'm also maybe playlisting. I'm also maybe on the phone with someone with my parents or my grandma
Hmm.
or a friend, and I'm like doing so much. So when she said that, I said, wow, maybe I just need to focus on one task at a time,
Yeah.
finish that. And then because it's not in the back of my mind, I don't have to
Hmm.
worry about that later. Like I started it, I didn't finish it. I had to go back to it. So it's not in the back of my mind. I finished it, it's done, put that away. So when she said that about the burnout, about the multitasking, go, 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 it really resonated with me because, as you mentioned, we're so go, 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 go. We want to get so much done. It's just about coming back to the present.
Yes. I remember. I think that was the podcast with Danielle. Does that sound
I think
familiar?
so,
Yeah,
yes.
she's amazing. I need to check in with her. But it's true. It's like if we can do a single task and give it our undivided attention, the quality of that task increases. And even when it comes to like you were saying, talking on the phone with family, imagine being on the phone with your mom and giving her your undivided attention.
Yes.
It's so meaningful. And like even like your grandmother, like
Yes.
if you listen, you better give her
Oh, what
undivided attention.
whenever I'm on the phone with her, yes, I'm not
Okay,
doing anything else.
good. And they can tell.
Oh,
They know.
yes.
They're like, "You're doing something. Why are you on the phone with me?"
Yes.
They get mad about it too.
Yes. She'll always be like, I know you're busy. I'm like, yeah, I am. But I'm still listening.
Well,
But she'll catch, she knows. She love her. She knows. She just knows.
how often do you see her?
I try to see her at least once or twice a week.
Oh, that's so nice.
She's very busy herself,
Oh, okay.
very busy herself. I would say almost as busy as I am. It's wild. But I definitely call her multiple times a week just to
Good.
check in, make sure if she needs anything. She'll never tell me if she's sick or not feeling well. So I have to make sure that she's okay.
Yeah.
And she's very stubborn like me. She doesn't want to take medicine. So I go over with medicine whether she likes it or not.
You crush it up and put it in her soup?
If I have to, yes. But she's very stubborn and old school when it comes to asking for help, needing for help. So I'm that person for her. And I know she appreciates it. She doesn't want it all the time, but at the end of the day, she will appreciate it.
Okay.
Because that's my grandma. I want you to live the
Yes.
time. Don't play with me like that. Whatever I need to do for her, I'll drop everything.
I love that.
Yes, that is my heart and soul right there.
I love that. So it sounds like family is definitely very important to you.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. There are only 24 hours in a day. And you know, like that chart where it's like you could only have two out of the three, like social, it's like work, actually like sleeping
Hmm.
needs. How do you balance all of that?
I definitely would say sleep is last.
No. How many
Uh,
hours do you get a night?
on a good day, I can get 8.
Oh, that's good.
Most of the time, it's like 5 or 6.
Oh boy, that's bad.
Yes.
Okay.
Just because I work through the day and then most of the nights I'll teach at night. So
Okay.
by the time I get home, it's almost 8 o'clock.
Fair.
And then I got to get ready for the next day.
Yeah.
I teach 6 a.m. on Tuesday, Thursday. So I teach Monday nights, Tuesday nights, Thursday nights. So kind of trying to get ready for that next class. It takes a lot of time because
Mhm.
I put a lot into my playlist,
You
a
do.
lot. So I want it to be perfect for y'all. And if I have to lose sleep over it, I will. I will. I'm I'm weird. When I wake up, let's go. No matter how many hours of sleep I
Coffee?
get,
No coffee?
sometimes no coffee. Lately I haven't been drinking coffee. It'll be random. And with coffee, it's weird. I drink coffee when I'm bored.
Okay. Oh, okay.
I'll be like, oh, coffee. But most of the time, I'll just wake up, let's do this. My friends get weirded out because when I go on vacation with them, I'll be the first one up. I'll be moving. I'll never forget the one time we went, I think it was the mountains, and we ended up going to bed really late. I woke up 2 hours later and it snowed, and I was shoveling with my feet. I was shoveling the snow. So it's weird. I also have severe ADHD,
Okay.
so I'm
There we go.
very hyper. I can be very hyper. I'm medicated, but even still, I am a hyper person. I am a go go go, and I think it was because during college, I was go go go. I had
Okay.
6 classes. I worked about 3 jobs.
Oh my
I
gosh.
did track, and I traveled for karate. So I had to be up. I had to be energetic,
Yeah.
or else I wouldn't be able to get anything done. So I think I'm used to that.
That's
And
crazy.
yeah, I'll wake up and I'm like, let's do this. Let's go.
That's crazy. You just have natural energy. I need like an IV thing with coffee in order to survive.
It's wild. It's weird. It's interesting. It really
Yeah.
is. Because I'll catch myself. I'll ask myself, how are you awake?
Right?
But I'm awake.
If you could offer just one mindfulness truth to someone who's feeling a little bit disconnected right now, what would that be?
Stay true to yourself.
Hmm.
Stay true. The world, especially right now, is a wild place. There's so much going on. We were talking about the social media.
Hmm.
I talked about comparing. Stay true. And I try to stay true to myself, no matter how dark it can get. Like
Hmm.
I'm not perfect. I mentioned earlier, I get in the moment sometimes where I try to compare, and at the end of the day, you have you.
Yeah.
You have you, and it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to have you. And surround yourself will support you. I can tell when people support me. I can tell when people, I don't want to use the word fake. I can tell when the people are just there to be there. And so surround yourself with the folks that want you to succeed,
Oh, yeah.
that want you to live your truth. And when you do that, you'll start living your truth more. But just be true to yourself. I've been saying it in class more. Stay true, trust yourself, trust your instincts, trust your heart. Because again, at the end of the day, that's what you have. Like you may have folks around you, you may have a strong support system, but at the end of the day, they're not going to sleep in your head. You're going to sleep. And
Yeah.
so you gotta stay true. And one last quote I'll use, and it really hit me when I heard this, is you don't want to live life regretting you didn't do something.
Ooh,
If there's something you want to do it. Two things will happen. You either like it or you don't.
experience.
You're gonna learn either way.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, you're gonna figure out what you didn't like about it. Maybe you'll try it again and you'll go about it in a different way. If you still don't like it, maybe you'll try again.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just not for you. Either way, you're still learning. Life is a learning process. Through that learning process, just stay true to yourself.
Yeah.
Stay true. I try to do that all the time. I want to stay true to myself. I want to be genuine. I want to
Mhm.
give you who Corey is. I don't want to give you this facade.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm going to give you what I'm about. It's either you like it or you don't. And if you
That's
don't,
none of your business.
that's fine. That's fine. Not everyone's gonna like it. And that's because they're staying true to themselves.
Yeah.
So stay true to yourself. I would say that would be my one piece of advice is just staying true because that's what's gonna help you grow
Yeah.
through what you go through.
And I'm seeing it now. Live Your Truth, the Corey Williams podcast.
Okay. I might need you to manage me or something. Oh. I like that.
Well, Corey, thank you so much for joining.
Thank
This was
you.
amazing talk, and I will see you in class.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I'm so excited. Yes, I love what you're doing. I love what you're about. Love what this
Thanks.
podcast is about.
Thank you for joining us on PausePoint the podcast. We hope today's conversation offered you a moment of reflection and inspiration. If you found value in this episode, please consider subscribing and leaving a review on your favorite podcast platform. Your feedback helps us grow and reach more listeners like you. Stay connected with us on social media or follow us on PausePoint.io for updates and additional content. Until next time, remember to take a pause, reflect, and move forward with intention. Thank you for joining us on PausePoint the podcast. We hope today's conversation offered you a moment of reflection and inspiration. If you found value in this episode, please consider subscribing and leaving a review on your favorite podcast platform. Your feedback helps us grow and reach more listeners like you. Stay connected with us on social media or follow us on PausePoint.io for updates and additional content. Until next time, remember to take a pause, reflect, and move forward with intention.